Alrighty, I just want you to pay attention. This is Wells Fargo that's going to be prosecuted for stalking. The people of the state engage in surveillance utilizing the venue, simultaneously reversing while the demons are stalking by plane as I move from place to place. This is the entity that does so while the fake moon remain over me. This is the entity that's engaging in that pattern of conduct. This is the fake moon moving as I move. No longer over the Ovid Family Community Library. That is an airport that is stalking. That's a population that is stalking, and the establishments will be prosecuted as stalkers. I want to be clear, Wells Fargo is not being violated or being innocently, is innocent while they're being accused of criminal conduct that they're not engaged in. To the contrary, that's why the fake sun is remaining over Wells Fargo as I documented from day until evening. That's why the entity is stalking me by helicopter at Wells Fargo. That's why the people of the state are molesting with impossible light at Wells Fargo. That's why the venue is present while that third-party patron is the same exact conduct that the employees at Wells Fargo share in. And you will be prosecuted, period. Where the entity is engaging in what is using that establishment, where the entity is using a whole environment, and the entity is engaging in stalking like the Ontario police, Wells Fargo needs to prepare for being federally prosecuted as conspiring murder with the government. Okay, that's the mentally ill behavior, and Wells Fargo is definitely going to be prosecuted while I am documenting in Wells My Life while the Ontario Police Department are stalking me by helicopter. This is a threat posed by Wells Fargo that is engaged in the pattern of conduct, and I will prosecute and criminally. This is the entity that is mentally ill stalking with light. That's what the reversal at the same time that the demon is stalking in a plane while they're engaged in. That's the mental illness when you're stalking in a helicopter and you're being prosecuted. You're not even accomplishing your purposes. This is why martial law is needed. These are unstable psychopaths who are accustomed to getting away with murdering people and then pacing all around them and eating cats and babies. Okay, and then having sex with each other. Now they're engaging in their satanic, ritualistic conduct, which is criminal in front of everyone, and the world is witnessing the mentally ill that surround you. They are the demon possessed. Wells Fargo is being prosecuted for everything that I just pointed out that I analyzed. Okay, and I don't have to go get that demon that's a coward running away while they know that they're being documented. This is the pattern of conduct in furtherance of murder. This is their co-defendant, 9WNS073. That's accomplishing the same purposes. The people of the state, every neighborhood, every street, every license plate, everybody that I document, every social security number that I put on the record at Alvarado Gardens, it's the same entity. They're all being federally prosecuted. They are already defeated. The mentally ill don't know when to sit down. And with regard to a prosecution, that is speaking to what is federal prison for many, many people. Since you cannot stop, you will be restrained. This is P.O.C. This is the mental illness of Mike Lorenz. While the entity stalking me by plane at St. George Catholic Church, they're sitting around engaging in surveillance in the dark parking lot, monitoring with that police department that's stalking flying over my head at the library under a fake sun, and now they're doing so under a fake moon. That's Mike Lorenz's mental illness that everybody is witnessing. While the people of the state sharing stalking with light activity, Metro 102, I've already documented them, that entire apartment complex, and everybody in that parking lot, they're already on the record, published on YouTube, and every single last one is getting federally prosecuted. This is P.O.C. Surveillance, 8ASZ521, all of them stalking, 8SIS875, surveillance and furtherance of murder. This is the mental illness of Mike Lorenz. Pay attention, here's my shadow on the ground. Right in front of me, here's a shallow one. While their co-defendants are pacing, 8KWK677, stalking with the police department, stalking a woman in the middle of the night, doing so under the fake moon, looking to the left and right like nothing's happening. They're gonna be committed with this conduct. This is the Ontario Police Department that's gang stalking as an entity. They're vagina monitors. And they engage in criminal summoning with this same conduct. They're going to prison, okay? When I'm walking through the neighborhood and I get a whole street full of vagina monitors, every single last one's being prosecuted. Every single last one, they're sitting in their car stalking. They're all under the fake moon. That's reminding over me. I'm prosecuting the entire city of Ontario. They're losing custody of their kids. They're getting deported out of this country. 7BUD973. These are terrorists and they're mentally ill. They're all demons. Every single last one of them. All of them are demons. AWMX713, and they share in monitoring genitalia with those under the age of majority. They're sex offenders. They give birth to demons that are monitoring with the government that's stalking by helicopter. They're going to, I just want to be clear, this right here is sexual assault and battery, and this is the entity that's engaging in that with minor children. That's prison. This is prison for all of them because they're stalked with Ontario police right now. This is P.O.C. And this is the gang violence for which Mike Lorenz is going to prison. Every kidnapper of that agency, the Ontario police, is going to prison, and they're being disbanded for this very gang violence. They're sitting in the dark, engaging in surveillance with the entity that's stalking as an airport, stalking where I'm going from place to place, acting with impunity, just sitting engaged in conspicuous surveillance in plain sight, as though there are no consequences, and federal law is going to teach them a lesson. There are severe consequences. Severe. This is P.O.C. I want to be clear, they will never expunge the prosecution for terrorism off of their record. You are not staying in the country as a gang-stalking immigrant. Anybody in that household, it's not just going to be them. They bring the federal government to the entire household. Any and everybody that can be deported is being deported. This is the entity that's engaged in that, and they're doing so with, you need to understand, the government is engaging in this desperation. They will not stop stalking. They will not stop following you around. They will not stop being predators following you at all places and at all times. This is what this is evidence of. This is mentally ill conduct. They are demons. They're not normal, healthy human beings. This is ongoing surveillance by the Ontario police. The Ontario police are no more. They're a threat to the public. They are being shut down permanently. There will be no police department in Ontario, California. This is P.O.C. It is currently this mentally ill behavior by the city of Ontario, the co-conspirators of murder. These demons stole my inheritance. These demons stole my identity. These demons engage in criminal activity and then try to blame me for it. These demons defame my character while they're stalking me in this absurdly psychotic method, keeping my vagina under surveillance. Violent sex offenders acting as a population, lurking in the middle of the night, still refusing to stop engaging in criminal conduct, psychotic, out of their minds. I'm going to prosecute every single last one of them. License 9BBX737. This is P.O.C. That's sexual assault and battery. And this is, again, the disbanding. This violence you're subject to because Mike Lorenz is, convinced that he can get away with stealing from you, and because he's obsessed with your vagina. That's why you got strangers stalking me. I'm going to prosecute him, and I'm going to prosecute them. All right, this is outrageous what the government is doing, and I'm going to prosecute for it. This is P.O.C. And the demons stalking in the airport, with the airplanes, they're being committed as well. This is all under the fake moon. P.O.C. It is currently, by the way, 10:09 p.m. The old people are not asleep. They're monitoring. Okay? They're engaged in that pattern because they're not getting any government benefits. Nobody's paying their rent. They're not paying for their prescriptions. If you're relying upon the government will no longer be funding any money, any resources to terrorists. And that's exactly how the elderly in Ontario are going to be treated, exactly as what they are. This is the entity P.O.C. with everyone over and under the age of majority, including those that are well over the age of majority. This is P.O.C. This was a parking lot full of stalkers, while the airport and the police are stalking me and using venues such as Wells Fargo to do so. They're psychotic. This is ongoing obsession. Refusal to stop stalking, I will prosecute under the law. This is Ontario Police. License 7 David Jerry Frank 401. Refusal to stop stalking. Refusal. There is a federal response for that refusal. This is P.O.C. It is currently 10:10 p.m.